Welcome once again to this assembly. I am the host, your servant, YAHUAH, Soya, and today we'd like to get right back into this series called Redline, where I have been thoroughly enjoying these stories, to say the least. When last we left off was in chapter 35, verse 10. Today we're picking it up in verse 11. And starting it off, verses 11 and 12. And Elohim said unto him,
I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of you, and kings shall come out of your loins. And if the land which I gave Abraham and Yitzchak, to you I will give it, and to your seed after you will I give the land.
Thank you, Father, for all these blessings. Thank you for your Son, whom you also bless us with. Thank you for being the Most High above all in heaven and on earth. In the name of your Son, Yahushua, hallelujah. Okay. In other words, YAHUAH gave him the lands of Canaan. YAHUAH gave Yashar'el a bit of his resume. He let Yashar'el know that he had the authority to bless him to be a prince with power on earth and in heaven. He confirmed that kings will be birthed from his royal nations of princes and princesses. The blessing he received after that weird wrestling match was no fluke. It was real. And Yashar'el had the favor of YAHUAH and will receive the blessing of Yitzchak his father and Abraham his grandfather, who was righteous in the eyes of YAHUAH and blessed above all nations. Now he will carry the blessing, he and his generations. He will also carry the curse, he and his generations, his royal generations, cursed. And YAHUAH himself came into his presence and made this known to him personally. Verse 13. And Elohim went up from him in the place where he talked with him. How did YAHUAH go up? Did he just ascend up? Did he fly past the clouds until out of sight? Did he get caught up in the whirlwind that lifted him up and away? Did he enter into an advanced technological vehicle and it took him up and away? If he did get into a vehicle, that would have been so inexplicable that Yashar'el would have been at a loss to explain it and only said he went up without explanation of how. But for certain, Yashar'el watched him go up somehow. Verse 14. And Yaakov set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. Yaakov had wine that he poured out on the pillars. So you wonder why brothers pour a drink for their slain brothers. You thought that was just something cool that brothers made up on the streets. That honor came from thousands of years ago from our forefathers who did that to honor YAHUAH. It was always meant to be an alcoholic drink, wine, liquor, something fermented and processed in the way of an alcoholic drink. After he poured out his wine upon the pillar, he sanctified it, cleaned it with oil. All right, verses 15 through 21. And Yaakov called the name of the place where Elohim spoke with him, Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrathah. And Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, you shall have this son also. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Onai, but his father called him Ben-Yamin. And Rachel died and was buried in the way to Ephrathah, which is Bet-Lechem. And Yaakov set a pillar upon her grave, that is, the pillar of Rachel's grave, to this day. And Yashar'el journeyed and spread his tent beyond Migdal Eder. All right, Now it seemed like Yaakov was calling every other place Bethel. I wonder if Bethel is just one big land, a lot of small lands, or all the same place that he keep passing through. Nonetheless, seems to be a lot of Bethels around. All right. Now they left Bethel and came to Ephrathah, where Rachel had Yaakov's second son from herself, and she died. I'm going to imagine that this was going to be really hard on him, but I'm pretty sure the son made him happy. So it was a blessing and a hurt at the same time. All right, verse 22. And it came to pass, when Yashar'el dwelt in that land, that Reuven went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Yashar'el heard it. Now the sons of Yaakov were 12. While he lay with this woman, who was likely old enough to be his mother. Moreover, why would he have sex with the handmaid given to his father by his most desired woman, Rachel? He favored Rachel over all the rest, and likely favored Bilhah over at least the other handmaid, perhaps over Leah as well, since she came from Rachel. He must have had a good time, since they were loud enough for his father to hear. Did Yashar'el stand outside the tent and listen? How did he come to be near enough to hear them? It does not say he heard of it, it says he heard it. That was very disrespectful as well as bold of Reuven. Why would he disrespect his father in such a way? Did he rape Bilhah, or did she consent to being with this younger man? Nonetheless, he was with Bilhah, and it was loud enough for Yaakov to hear. Now, the same question here is that I asked before with Yaakov and his women, were they all in the same room? That would be at least one explanation as to why Yaakov heard it. You know, if they were trying to, or if at least Reuven was trying to be quiet about it. Nonetheless, he heard it. So either they were in the same room or they were very loud or some mixture thereof. I don't know. All right, verses 23 through 27. The sons of Leah, Reuven, Yaakov's firstborn, and Shimon, and Levi, and Yadah, and Yishakar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Yosef, and Benjamin. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Yaakov, which were born to him in Padan Aram. And Yaakov came unto El-Yiscak his father, unto Mamre, unto Kiryat Arba, which is Kevron, where Abraham and Yiscak sojourned. I find it a bit odd that all of a sudden, after this hugely disrespectful moment between father and son, that it goes into a genealogy of Yaakov and his sons. Maybe they were just showing Reuven's place. I don't know, but I don't know what the father had in mind with this arrangement. Nonetheless, here you see all 12 of Yaakov's sons, and not necessarily in the order of their birth. All right, verse 28. And the days of Yitzchak were 104 years. Yitzchak died when he was about 180 years old. Verse 29. And Yitzchak gave up his ruach and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. His sons Esau and Yaakov buried him. That must have been an awkward burial, seeing how Yashar'el gave his brother the slip. He did not meet up with Esau as they had discussed. Instead, he went someplace else. Yaakov went to see his father at the right time. He and Esau must have had an opportunity to say last words to their father before he died. This sounds like Yitzchak died at a favorable time and went peaceably with his woman Rivkah at his side as his twin sons at his bedsides. So Yitzchak gave up the ghost, and now he's gone off to do the things that Ruachs do. All right, that's the end of chapter 35. Gonna go on to chapter 36. And chapter 36, verse 1 reads, Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau is red. Means that Esau is Edom. Edom means red. Esau being red could imply that he had a high yellow complexion. He could have been a red bone. We call fair complexion Negroes red bones due to the visible red tones in their light skin, in their light brown skin. In any event, he was red. That is fact and actual. His descendants are red. Whatever his actual visual appearance, as far as colloquialisms or ethnic portrayal, he is red. Verse 2, Esau took Eth his women of the daughters of Canaan, Eth Adah, the daughter of Elon, the Kitti, and Eth Aholivamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Tisavon, the Kivi. Esau took him white women of Canaan, white like, what's the word for leprosy? White leprous women. I guess all of them wasn't like that, but, that's what Kitti were known for, Corey. They're known for being white and leprous. Much of Canaan was occupied by white leprous people, children of Tisakor of Keth. All of his women were probably white, which explains the disappointment of Raham. The children of Keth make me ask the question, is leprosy an inheritable trait? They were known by their white skin. Today's medical professionals do not feel it is an inherited trait. However, it is transmissible through inhalation of an affected person's bodily excretions, i.e. saliva and or mucus. So while it is not inherited, a mother and father may pass it on to their children due to their close proximity for such long periods of time. And just due to the close proximity. Now, I want to give you a couple of definitions of some of these names. I already discussed Canaan. Elon is the name of a place in Yashar'el, also the name of Kitti. There are two in Yashar'el. And Kitti, you may not remember, are descendants of Kath, who is said to be whiteness. Aholivamah means the tent of the height, the woman of Esau. Tisavon, that means an Edomite. So apparently Tisavon is somebody born out of Esau's generations, because unless they were adopted or grafted in, because there were no Edomites, no Edomim, prior to Esau. All right, verses 3 through 5. And Eth Basmath, Yishmael's daughter, sister of Nebaioth. And Adah bore to Esau, Eth Eliphaz, and Basmath bore Eth Reuel. And Aholivamah bore Eth Yeish, and Eth Ye'alam, and Eth Korach. These are the sons of Esau, which was born unto him in the land of Canaan. So Esau is starting to give birth, or should I say not to give birth, but starting to, what's the word, be the progenitor of his Edomim, of the Edomites. They're starting pretty quickly, and I expect they're going to grow pretty quickly, seeing how his bloodline, they're very good at populating, very good at giving sons and daughters and populating the planet and following the commandment, at least that commandment of YAHUAH. So we'll pick this up again in chapter 36 with verse 6. Next we meet on this assembly. Till then, serving YAHUAH. So y'all, hope that you've enjoyed this good day.